Okay, so let's have a look and see what's inside these IDC preparation courses and see how they can help not only people that are preparing for their IDC and for their PADI instructor exam, not only those, but also for existing instructors or staff instructors that are preparing themselves to teach others. And of course, at the same time, getting yourself right up to speed with the latest theory questions that PADI are asking and also the latest standard exams using up-to-date PADI instructor manuals. So let's just have a look over on the left-hand side first of all, just to see what's happening, and we can see straight away that that the first concentration is on theory subjects with our very best friend physics right at the top of the page here. So let's just have a look and see what's inside the physics. Underneath here, we find that we've got lots of subjects here: pressures underwater, effects of pressure, pressure-volume relationship, etc., etc. All the sort of stuff that you'd expect in the up-to-date physics questions that PADI are asking. Now, you'll find here on the left-hand side that the subjects go from simple to more complex. So things are building as we go along. So even if you fully understand pressures underwater, I'd still recommend that let's just see what's inside here. If I just click on it, you'll find that there's a video.
On the first page of section.
There's me spouting on there about pressures underwater. It's a good idea to watch the video and to test yourself with this following section of underwater quiz. Now, you might find these questions are very simple to some of you, it may well be, but I would still recommend that you watch the video and go through these tests because as I say, there might be something in there which you didn't quite catch. It's also explained in a way that even if you're not an instructor already, you're going to be one soon. So it might be a way that you can explain this to other people. And of course, that old adage, by teaching we learn, you can only just build up your knowledge base. And I mean, this video is only 8 minutes long, so it's worth watching. Anyway, so once you've learned pressures underwater, then the effects of that pressure and then pressure-volume relationships, it gets to more complex, and we're using the information you just learned to learn new subjects. So it's a very simple step way of fully understanding physics. Now, if we just go to these after each video, we've got these little quizzes, and if I just click on this one at random, and we'll see what happens here. We've got very PADI type questions with very PADI type answers, A, B, C, D. The other thing that you can notice straight away is that we've got imperial and metric as well, so it suits all people. Let's see if I can get this answer wrong. You're diving at a reef at 30 meters or 99 feet. You decide to cut a shallower depth. You signal to go up and ascend to. Okay, let's go to 5 meters. I think that should be the wrong answer. Let's just click and see what happens. And if we confirm it's there, and we find, the answer is incorrect. So it tells you not only that the answer is incorrect, but it also tells you what the correct answer is, but why it's wrong, and gives you an explanation as to why the right answer will be the right answer. Anyway, so that's nice and simple. We then can, let me just close down physics. And then we find that we've got physiology, equipment, diving skills and the environment, and the RDP. Again, very similar format to what you've just seen in physics. We've got like a video or not always videos, but sometimes there's presentations, but they're always followed. If I just go to the RDP one, for example, we've got background and design, which is going to be a video. There we are. So I look a bit strained in that, don't I? Never mind. And then afterwards we've got like a quiz here, and it's the same type of thing, following the whole process. So that's pretty good. So once you've done with all of those test questions and to understand your knowledge and watch the videos and stuff, then we come to the final mock theory exams. And here we've got 5 mock theory exams, and they're all in the same format that you're going to find on your PADI IE. So in the same format, so it's the same content, the same materials, the same not the same questions. That's not that is not the aim to tell you what the questions are on the final exam. That's not the idea. The idea of this is so that you've got all the knowledge to answer those questions. But they're the same type of questions, the same material, the same, I don't think that you're going to find anything on the final exam, any topics or any content on your final exam which isn't covered on this course. That's what I believe at the moment. Of course, I don't have privy to see what the actual PADI exams are, so I can't. Anyway, once you've done those exams, we've got an answer key here. You can check yourself. And of course, you can take these exams over and over and over again, and that's not a bad way to do it. Once you finish your theory, we can move on to PADI Standards and Procedures. And here we've got just like a 1-minute video just explaining how to work the things. You can go straight onto the exams. This is the way I would recommend that you do this. You can you take each exam as it comes. Again, it's very similar in format and content to your final standard exam. It's got 50 questions in. Each one of these exams has got 50 questions in, and you can look at the answers. One way that some people do this exam actually is if we look down to the mock standard exam answer keys, and we come down to here, I'm going to open up one at random. I'll pick D, standard exam D, just to see what's inside. So we click on PADI exam D. Here we go, and you'll see it's the latest version. I'm going to go. We've got all the answers A, B, C, D, or true or false here. But if we go down a little bit further, I'm just going to go down at random down to here, and we're going to go, I don't know, true or false. And we've got a question. An open water student has met all the course requirements, but they've not paid all the course fees, and you're unsure if they will pay or not. You should withhold certification until the course has been paid for. True or false? Now, here we've got the answer, but not only have we got the answer, but very clearly it shows you where in the instructor manual you're going to find this material, the material to cover this section. And it'll be on page 39 of the latest PADI instructor manual. So if you haven't got that, you need to download that from the PADI site. And then you'll find out exactly where. Now, it's not a bad idea to go through this with the answers in the early stages of your learning. And the reason is because that way you can really navigate your way around the instructor manual, which is what standard exams is all about. No one is expected to know the answers to these questions off the top of their head. I mean, that's why we've got a manual. We have that with manuals in other areas, like a car manual, is so that you don't have to know all about the insides and outsides of or computer software or anything. That's why you've got a manual. So the idea of the standard exam is to find out where the answer is in the instructor manual, so you can quickly go and get the answer to the question. So there we are. Now, for those people that have either bought or going to buy just the IDC theory preparation course, that's about it. You've seen everything that's in that course. But for those people that have either bought or going to buy the full IDC preparation course, then we've got a little bit more down here. We've got things like teaching in confined water, where we've got a video and questions again. And we've got things like student-centered teaching. Now, I really love this because in our industry, we hear what student-centered, we hear that word, don't we, student-centered teaching. But I find that a lot of people don't fully understand how to make their student the center of their own learning. And these little these little videos and questions point you into that direction. I mean, it's excellent. Of course, it's excellent for preparing yourself for a PADI IDC or PADI IE, but it's also brilliant, in my opinion, for teaching in the real world, so that you can make your real life students the centre of their own learning. And I tell you, they learn so much quicker when we can do that. So here we've got like a video about how to conduct briefings, and there's a briefings quiz to make sure we understood, demonstrations, what we really are trying to achieve by demonstrations, and who is really going to be benefiting from them. A demonstration quiz, problem solving and debriefing. It's a lot about the psychology of how your students learn. And going on a little bit more about the psychology, understanding your students, if we click on here, so we can actually look at how people learn. And if you're an instructor, knowing how people learn is like a great benefit, I can tell you. Because really, I mean, all instructors think that they should teach. But to be honest, it's not so much teaching which is important in this situation, it's that your students are learning. And learning and teaching aren't the same subject so clearly. Anyway, so more about how people learn, the benefits of positive coaching. This is a great,
I like it.
so I'm going to stop
So
going on here again. So positive coaching, yeah, a lot of sports in the world now are turning to positive coaching and realizing the benefit of this. Baseball teams and American football teams, also British football coaches now are using positive coaching more, where you can praise people specifically for what they're doing well to reinforce. Anyway, it explains it in there as well. And we've got a little bit more about teaching in the classroom down here, classroom teaching, how you can benefit your students, and and again, it's ideal for the PADI IE, PADI IDC, and the PADI IE. So that's it from me. That's what's in the box. I hope you enjoy the course. I get literally hundreds over the period of time, hundreds of emails from people telling me how beneficial they've found this program. And I hope it benefits you as well. Anyway, I'll see you on the other side where we can blow some bubbles. Thanks now. Bye-bye.